It's Wednesday, and that means it's Midweek News, episode 51 for November 15th, 2023. Let's get started. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak suffers a stroke while in Mexico. The Woz fainted and was taken to a local hospital. He has since been released and is back in California. Clonezilla Live 3.1.1 is now available with the Linux 6.5 kernel. This release also brings many disk cloning improvements and support for newer hardware. Alternatives to Google News. RSS feeds just won't die. I've dabbled with them in the past, but have never found a reader to stick with. Maybe there is something in this list that will change this. The best Windows apps of the week. While this is not going to be a regular part of Midweek News, I thought the app showcase this week were particularly interesting. Files v3, mentioned last week, is included in this list, followed by Total Commander. Everyone, regardless of platform, should have a dual-pane file manager. And rounding out the list is Windhawk. This is a Windows tweaking tool that I had not previously been aware of, and it just might be worth checking out. This one hits close to home. McLaren Health reveals data on 2.2 million patients stolen during Ransomware Attack. Hackers were in its systems for 3 weeks during the July 28th through August 23rd period, accessing patient names, date of birth, social security number, and medical information, including claims and diagnosis information, prescriptions, and medical details. McLaren operates 13 hospitals across Michigan with about 28,000 employees and made $6 billion in revenue in 2022. If you haven't already made an inquiry with your medical facilities about their security, it's high time you do so. OBS Studio 30 has been released, an essential update for Linux users. WebRTC output. WIP is the WebRTC HTTP ingestion protocol. Redesigned status bar. Expanded codec support on Linux. Enhanced performance across all platforms. User interface tweaks. Improved compatibility. And you can get OBS 30 from the official website, and it should be available shortly through your favorite package manager, regardless of platform. How to manage groups on Linux. This is from linuxconfig.org, and the explanation is I would say, near perfect introduction to groups on Linux. The tutorial walks you through the process of creating a group, checking which users are members of the group, as well as modifying and deleting a group. This is an essential part to being a Linux user. AlmaLinux 9.3 is now available. You can grab AlmaLinux 9.3 after about 6 months development from the point where 9.2 was released. Improvements include updates to the web console. Users can now configure health check actions for Podmon containers. Powered by the 5.14 kernel from upstream RHEL 9.3. And this is available from the official AlmaLinux website. The first Linux 6.7 release candidate has been announced by Linus Torvalds. Final release is expected on New Year's Eve or February 7th, depending on how many release candidates are warranted. Notable changes include implementation of the bcachefs file system. This is intended to compete with modern features offered by ButterFS and ZFS or ZFS, while having the speed of ext4 and XFS. Support for NVIDIA's GSP firmware in Nouveau open source driver. Support for TCP authentication option RFC 5925 TCP-AO as a more modern replacement for MD5, and many other smaller changes have been rolled into this release. Windows 11 Week showing Microsoft has moved some UI shells to Win32 from UWP. There is what could be perceived as a strategic shift going on in how some components of Windows are built. It seems that some sort of hybrid between Win32 and XAML is now being used, or at least experimented with. For now, it seems these changes are not shipping in Windows 11 23H2, but may hint at what will come in various insider releases leading up to the oft-rumored Windows 12. FossLinux.com has a great article covering 10 Linux commands for checking hardware. I will say that after more than 25 years of using Linux, I have seen most of these at one point or another. The standout of the bunch that really doesn't get mentioned enough is DMI Decode, which allows you to get information about your machine's BIOS or firmware. Also from FossLinux.com is 10 essential cron jobs for your Ubuntu server. Certainly, you can adapt these to your Linux of choice. For those who are new to Linux, cron jobs are the equivalent to scheduling tasks in the Windows Task Scheduler. Before you go, if you like the channel art you see on this video and other places on the Practical IT channel, you will want to check out Capture the Concept. A link can be found in the description. I hope to see all of you in the next live stream, which will take place Sunday evening at 9:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Come join the conversation and have some fun. Thank you for watching and have a great day.